Welcome everybody back to the Built Different podcast. We are back in the studio, back with another week of football.
Yes, sir.
The regular season has just concluded.
Talk to him.
And we're here in the playoffs. All of our teams are in it.
Yes, sir.
It was a really crazy year. We're not here to recap the year yet. We're going to do that after the playoffs are over. We'll give you one special episode before we take like a 3-4 week break from talking football altogether. But this is episode 27, right? Episode 27 of a NFL podcast. We're getting up there in episodes. Today we're going to be talking the playoffs, of course, the Pro Bowl, coaching vacancies. We're going to do a playoff draft. So make sure you stick around all the way to the end because we got a lot more than that as well. But my guys, Dom, Bill, and Tom, I know you guys are sick of me already. But how you guys doing?
Doing good, bro. I'm excited for this weekend. I was nervous, but I feel like every day going in, I'm getting more confident with my team. I'm excited for these playoffs. A lot of pressure, a lot of people who have pressure, a lot of coaches.
I love your guys' path if everything works out the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. So yeah, we'll start off with being 1-0 on Saturday. That's our match.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Texans. I'm not saying the Texans are easy by any stretch, but they're probably one of the most banged up teams in the playoff right now. And then you guys will get a divisional matchup, most likely against the Ravens.
Sure.
I like that
for sure.
And then you'll get whoever lasts out of the Bills, Chiefs, Dolphins, whoever's there. But how you doing, Bill?
Doing good, man. We're
me and Bill on the not confident side of the
table. Really limping into the playoffs, but still in the playoffs. I'll take it. So you're in the dance. You gotta see what happens from there. So
the stanky leg in the dance.
Hey, you're in the dance with Tua this time. I mean, you're not in the dance with Chip Skylark.
Yeah, Skylark.
So at least that's at least something to watch. It's a game where it's winnable. I mean, on the Eagles' end, I'm glad things did kind of work out the way they did, I guess. Because if everything works out, we get to go in San Fran and give it our all. Maybe lose badly, maybe win. Who knows? But I'm glad our first round matchup was the Bucs. I'll take one playoff win out of this crazy year.
You guys both win for you guys' sanities.
I appreciate that.
I mean, the Eagles got to do something because this was definitely a blown opportunity this year.
Yeah, you guys had it.
We re-signed the wrong people in Slay and Bradbury, even though. Yeah, I mean, well, clearly with Bradbury, at least. I think Slay was playing hurt most of the year.
Yeah.
But, like, Bradbury, bro.
Yeah, he's cool.
What happened to where he can't even, he couldn't guard a 4-year-old, I'm pretty sure, bro. Yo, Pete Carroll's last amazing coaching move was throw it Bradbury's way 5 times until they won the game, bro. So, whatever, man.
He'll go out like that, too. That's impressive.
All right, so listen here, and just take a seat. Listen, don't turn off the podcast after this, because Dom and Bill are here to carry the episode, just in case I have a heart attack or something. But I think Nick Saban shouldn't be considered one of the best coaches ever. Great college coach, best college coach, maybe yes. Maybe that puts him in the top 5 because he's the best college coach. But I don't think he should be the best, and I don't even think he should be top 3. The reason why I say that is because Alabama is one of the best recruiting programs ever. So there goes your 7 national titles. I mean, you're bound to win a bunch if you play that long for a really good system, Dom. And then on top of that, he went to the NFL a couple times, had no success, never went back. And I think, in my honest opinion, if you're going to be considered one of the best coaches ever, you have to have at least some success in the NFL. You have to. You absolutely have to. And one more thing. His coaching tree is not as good as you would think. Go look up his coaching tree. You'll see, a couple of good dudes.
At the timeout. Actually, I had to call a timeout on that. Because Kirby Smart is the coach in Georgia, and he won back-to-back national
Has he played in the NFL yet?
What do you mean?
That's the whole basis of my argument.
What do you mean? You want a college coach? You want a college coach's coaching tree to go to the NFL?
Yeah. If you're one of the greatest coaches ever.
Okay. Well, Bill O'Brien won the. So you're okay. Keep going.
No, bro, he's the best college coach of all time.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
Yes,
and maybe that puts him in the top.
His tree of college coaches are great.
Yeah, and I would hope so.
Right. So what do you mean his tree's bad?
Bro, you need.
There's not that many people in the NFL.
And that's what I'm saying. To be one of the best coaches ever, football in general, best football coaches ever, you have to have some success on the NFL
So is Bill
level.
O'Brien and a Bill O'Brien.
But like, there's a couple of success stories.
Is Bill Belichick a bad coach?
Is he on his coaching tree?
No, but his coaching tree is fucking worse.
I feel like Saban's on Bill Belichick's coaching tree.
No, but I'm saying Bill O'Brien's... not Bill O'Brien. Bill Belichick's coaching tree is worse than Nick Saban's. And Bill Belichick's the greatest coach ever.
But he has rings and success in the NFL.
For sure, 1,000%. But just because the coaching tree has nothing to do with.
But the only reason I bring up the coaching tree is because when I'm doing my research, I'm trying to give Saban a shot. I'm trying to shoot down my own argument. And that's just one of the many things, man.
You're not trying very hard.
You're not trying. So you're actually trying not to shoot down.
I wanna be on your side on this. I hate Saban. I have not been a Saban fan since he did what he did to Miami. And going back, I know maybe it had a little something to do with Miami not wanting Drew Brees. I thought that was more on him. So I want to hate Nick Saban. But it's hard to argue 7 championships.
College championships.
7, that's where he played. So
where he always had the best players. Like
who gets those players in college?
So is Coach K not a good coach because you only coach college?
And only coach good.
Coach K is one of the best college basketball coaches ever. He coached the USA team.
He won medals. That's what I'm saying. I know
Nick
Saban doesn't have the chance to win medals, but he went.
But he won those medals with some really good recruits, though.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So, if you want to use your argument, he's not the best coach of all time to me.
You got to take those medals away from Coach K because he had good players.
But that's Team USA. Like that's USA. Like that's the Olympics. That's like.
But I'm saying
that's Coach K
recruited great talent. And Nick Saban recruited great talent.
In college.
Both in college is what I'm saying.
Team USA, college.
And they're both... No,
God bless America.
I'm not comparing those two.
God bless America.
Nick Saban. Who's greater, Pete Carroll or Nick Saban?
Carroll.
Nick Saban.
Dang. Well, okay, so Pete Carroll, even though he does have success on the NFL level, Super Bowl, I'd probably go Saban because Pete Carroll was in the league for such a long fucking time.
Right.
And only won once. But that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm not saying Nick Saban is trash. I'm just saying he's not the best of all time.
No one's saying he's
I'm
the
not
best.
saying he's top 3 either.
He's top 5.
Maybe. Just because he's the best college coach of all time, maybe he could squeak in the top 5.
But I don't think you can name me other coaches that are better, though, is what I'm saying. I'll tell you this. I sadly think Doug Peterson should get fired. Because in Philly, they had one good year, right? And then the next year, it just, plateaued and went down. Same thing with Jacksonville last year. They had a really good year last year. And then this year, it just went down. I just feel like...
I can't agree with that because we lost Carson Wentz for his 2nd year in a row. After Carson Wentz came back and was mid from it, rightfully so because he had a terrible injury.
Right.
Came back, was mid, and then Nick Foles had to come and save the day again. Mm-hmm. Almost beat the Saints if it didn't go through Alshon Jeffrey's fucking butterfingers. Never know what happens if he makes that catch, bro.
I'm with
Eagles
you.
were driving on that final drive.
I'm with you. I don't know. I just think that just their downfall this year was really bad, and I think he's the head of it, and I don't know.
How do you feel about that?
Maybe he can't connect to the... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm having a hard time arguing with it because it is starting to feel a lot like that Philly team without the success. So
right.
I don't know what you're really...
Damn.
You're banking it out on playoff win, which is kind of like a Super Bowl in Jacksonville, but it's... I don't know. I can't.
It's early, but that's what I'm saying. Hot
No, that's my and then that's my opinion. Is I think it's early on that because for example, last year the Jags weren't supposed to do anything. They're coming off of 2 back-to-back first-round picks. They finally found something middle of the year, but only because the Titans died. Last year, I don't even really... and they won a playoff game. That was great. Cinderella shit. Come back against the Chargers. But this year, I felt like should have been the first year. It should have been treated a little bit differently. I don't think they should have gone and fired a whole bunch of people. Their defense was really bad towards the end of the year, but I think you just pick your shit up and go, man. Just keep going. If Doug Peterson does terrible next year, I think we could have those conversations.
Yeah, that's just hot take.
But I would say Doug Peterson is one that kind of boosted their path here.
No, for sure.
What's tough about it is in the NFL, it's crazy how much your coaching success is tied to injuries, and I'm curious where this Jaguars team would have been without injuries. But at the same time, they didn't necessarily deal with it any more than other people did.
There were so many injuries this year. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it's tough because I feel a healthy Trevor Lawrence gets them into the playoffs.
I think Doug Peterson just sucks with expectation. Like once you expect Doug EP to do good, he's like, because like the Eagles Super Bowl was complete. Like no one expected the Eagles to win that at all,
or any single game along the way, essentially.
Yeah, and then the next year, like we got to see like with the Eagles with some expectation. Like you said, pretty underwhelming, and then he was gone.
That's I don't know. I just again. Injuries, I don't think is a coaching thing. It's really an organization. It's not just a coaching thing. It's an organizational thing. It's like, okay, we're on our third line. We're on our third left tackle of the year, but we're in the playoffs, right? Yeah. Jaguars, we lost a receiver, and now we're not in the playoffs. Like,
quarterback's injured.
I agree. Like Houston only has Nico Collins, and they won the division,
right?
And they lost CJ for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So organizationally, like.
Jaguars should have got it done. Like I agree with you.
Yeah, they choked.
I wouldn't have been shocked if he got fired, which is why I'm not shocked that they fired the entire defense staff.
Right.
Because like they were number one in the AFC very late into the season.
Yeah.
And I get it. The AFC was close, like with the Ravens and the Chiefs at one point were up there and shit like that. But that was embarrassing though. Like I'm sitting here saying not too much on the Jaguars, but at the same time, it's very embarrassing when you're that far ahead, and they do have a lot of talent. Like we were all marveling over. Like we were all like, "Yeah, Jags win that division hands down." Go watch that video. Our first podcast of the season. We were just like, "Yeah, no conversation. Let's make this quick." It's Texans or it's the Jaguars division sucks.
That's craziness. I went back. I had a buddy that called the Texans winning the division, and I'm like,
that's crazy.
He didn't elaborate why enough in his post for me to say anything but like you're just throwing darts at the wall there, and one did stick. He had some real rough takes outside of that, so it doesn't really mean much. Just to finish up on the Jags, I mean, they still had plenty of offensive talent. It's amazing how they botched the handling of Travis Etienne in the second half of the season.
Yeah, that's something that I would put on Doug Peterson. How like Etienne goes from being like the big, breakout running back, he's, making things happen, and then all of a sudden you're not using him at all.
No, I wouldn't agree with them not using him. I just think, like, their offensive line gradually, like, just got worse. Because they would run the football. I watched the games. They're running the football, but he's, like, running into zero, like, absolutely zero holes.
I understand that, but the utilization went off cliff. He went from being in on 80-something% of snaps to 46% of the snaps.
I would say, too, in the red zone, they didn't use him enough in the red zone, too, which was very frustrating, especially fantasy-wise. But, yeah.
For a guy that's a magician catching the ball, you got to throw him.
Feel very passionate right now about teams committing to the run after last week's Miami game. So, that's a soapbox that I really want to stand on, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It's just that in particular blows my mind. I don't understand why you get away from that. Mm-hmm. And then when you have all of America on Twitter asking why it's not happening, somebody has to point this out to this man that, hey, man, you've got one of the, I don't know, let's call it top 8 talents in the league at running back. Is that fair?
Yeah. Sure. 10.
That's okay.
Top 8, top 10.
I like ETN.
Somewhere in that ballpark, right? Top 12.
Yeah.
So if you got in the top third of running backs in the NFL, and you're not using them properly. Right. So you're instead trying to get Tank Bigsby involved, who hasn't done a damn thing to prove he should be getting carries.
At all.
Oh, well. So my hot take, which I was starting to think wasn't going to be that hot compared to yours, but as I'm reading more and more, it might be pretty hot. I think Bill Belichick is back next year with the New England Patriots.
Pete Carroll just today, as we're filming this episode on Wednesday. Pete Carroll is out as the Seahawks coach, so that's another opening. If Pete Carroll just wakes up one day and wants to go coach again, I'm pretty sure someone else will sign him, even though he's sticking around in the Seahawks front office. We'll see how long that lasts. Because he says he literally yesterday.
Oh, today.
Yesterday he addressed the media and said, "I got a lot left. Like, I'm ready to go. I got a lot left." And then today, he's crying in a press conference, let go from the Seahawks. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with Pete Carroll, but What does this say for the Seahawks, man? Are they about to tear it down?
Yeah, I think. Oh, you go.
Yeah, I think it's a tough spot. This roster is really built for mediocrity right now.
You
And
think?
that's a dangerous place.
I think that they can trade their pick, couple first, and lock it to the Bears to get Caleb, and I think they're right back in it. I think if you get Vrabels or Dan Quinn in there, obviously draft,
reconstruct some contracts, get some defense.
I feel like that's. I want that.
I
spot.
think you gave the only scenario where the Seahawks are going to come back and be good, in my opinion.
But here's the thing. They could run it back. I still feel if Dan Quinn coaches or Vrabel coaches, I still comfortable with Geno Smith over there. I would still.
I think it's Dan Quinn's job to lose.
Right.
Why wouldn't he want to be back there?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying though. Like trading Lockett reduces some cap for sure. Even though they love Lockett, hard to trade him, but
and that contract's not super appealing.
Imagine him in Chicago,
I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Chicago.
Chicago would be dumb enough. Well, not dumb enough to take the contract with it. I feel like they.
I feel like Lockett, DJ Moore could do it for sure. You know what I'm saying? So,
Maybe, if they're trading Caleb Williams and not getting Marvin Harrison,
that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't need Marvin. You could get Tyler. So that's what I think Seattle should do. But even if they don't do that crazy trade, I still feel like if you get Dan Quinn in there and run it back with Geno, I feel like that roster can only get better. So that's how I feel.
That Lockett contract, he's making $16 million a year, and he's got 2 years left on it.
I mean,
trade him now.
If you can, but who wants to sign Lockett?
I'm just saying the Bears have so much cap space. They have
do.
a lot of cap space.
I don't think they want to lock it. Like, I don't think that's the solution.
They're gonna have to pay Justin Fields soon if they are going that route.
For sure, but they have like a lot. Like I think they're like top 3. You can look it up. Top 3.
It's
franchises with
even
cap space.
even with trading for DJ Moore and Montez.
Oh
yeah. They have a lot of. I think they have 290. I don't know. You can look it up.
I got it.
It's Chicago. Where
They're
is it
third, right?
They got $60 million cap space.
Oh, sixth. Okay.
So
who's the first one? Browns.
Commanders.
Oh, Commanders.
Commanders have $78 million.
Yo, if the Browns had if the Browns had the most cap space in the NFL,
we have a bunch of cap.
I'd
That's
be
for
nervous.
this season, right?
You guys are 12.
next
You guys
season.
are 12 million under.
We're 12 million under right now.
Yeah.
What about does that show this season or next season?
That's 2024.
2024, 2025 season?
Upcoming season,
yeah.
Where you guys are paying Deshaun Watson
We'll be
like
fine.
arms and legs and wives and houses and.
We'll be fine. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, like I think like Pete Carroll leaving, I felt like they should have let him stick it out at least until Geno's done with that contract. If you're gonna keep Geno, because like it's like you got Pete Carroll's system in there for the last how many years? How long has he been the Seahawks head coach?
12,
13 years. Like, and now in the middle of them having a competitive roster, you're taking Pete Carroll away. It's gonna set up the next coach for either massive success or massive failure, which is why I hope someone like Vrabel does not go there, like stays away from there.
Yeah, I don't see that as an overwhelmingly competitive roster. Like,
I think they can. They've shown that they 9-8, whatever. Not in the playoffs, but they can easily be a 10-win team.
They've got. That's the thing.
You don't think that? I think that.
I think that's kind of the ceiling is 10-win team.
You think?
I think so.
You don't think they could? I feel like there are a couple pieces on the defensive front, another linebacker, maybe, because they have Brooks and they have Bobby.
I love Witherspoon.
At
corner, they're in really good shape.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the back end, they're fine. Like, it's literally offensively, like, the mind offensively, like, the scheme needs to change.
I don't know
the way they run the football needs to change. Their offensive line needs to change. Where you have all the pieces. Defensive line in front, the defensive line and the offensive line need to improve. But, like, that's really it. And I know it's not as easy as it is. But
to upgrade the trenches overall,
but you're looking at
is a years-long process.
Well, here's the thing, though. The Browns were awful last year in getting to the quarterback, and defense was awful. And all it takes is a coordinator. Hence, I was saying that's why Philly. That's why I like the Bucs on Sunday because
you put Dan Quinn in there, and I think that defense is fine.
Way better than this year, and that's what lost them games this year. Their defense.
But they also need a quarterback better than Geno.
Okay, sure.
And in order to get that, what do they have to sacrifice?
I'm just
a team that's already at the cap for next year.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? They can't sign a new quarterback, really.
Yeah. That's the thing. If they were to get Vrabel, I'd be scared they'll get Tannehill and just be mediocre, which I could see. Can you see Tannehill in a Seattle jersey?
Nope.
I could.
I mean, a little bit.
If Braves is over there,
but he'd be their third stringer because I'd go with Drew Lock over Ryan Tannehill.
No. If Vrabel isn't signing Tannehill to be a third stringer.
Yeah.
He's signing him to be a starter or nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, no. He ain't starting over Geno at least.
He is.
Nah, man. Yeah, if you want your scenario where they like,
or they might draft Peterson.
Tannehill last
they go
year,
6 and 11 or whatever.
Best receiver was Traylon Burks, and Traylon Burks was banged up for part of that.
Yeah, but like Ryan Tannehill's not a quarterback that you just give wide receivers. That's why he's never had wide receivers.
No, I think Tannehill on a Gucci roster. You put Tannehill,
you
put Tannehill on the Raiders. They won more games this season.
Oh, that makes me want to fucking puke, bro.
I'm saying,
that's still bad.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying though, he's better than Jimmy G.
Yeah,
he's probably better than Aiden whatever.
O'Connell, yeah.
But like him versus Jimmy G is like going to Wendy's and you ask for a chicken sandwich and it's like $6.99, but then you go to McDonald's for the chicken sandwich because it was like $5.
I think Tannehill's not bad. I think Tannehill could hoop. I could really see if Atlanta doesn't do anything, they could just get Tannehill.
That's the most Atlanta shit I've ever heard in my life.
Literally.
Nah, I'm not sold on Tannehill.
You're not sold at Tannehill?
We'll see what happens
They
next
can
year,
win the division with Tannehill.
I don't even see Tannehill being on an NFL roster.
Tannehill on Atlanta, bro, that makes total sense.
Tannehill should be a backup on a very good team.
Atlanta has about 10 more options that they could probably do besides Tannehill. And they need to because things are getting crazy.
I think a team like the 49ers should sign Tannehill.
We'll speak about the Falcons head coaching vacancy. The Bears, the Bears clean house. Everyone besides Eberflus. Uber.
It's Eberflus.
Yeah. But I thought
we were gonna make up names.
Yeah, I thought we were making
up names. My fault.
This is my first time mentioning him, I think, all year.
Okay. Yeah, you called him 3 different things 3 consecutive weeks, so I thought we were just gonna roll with it. But
whatever.
Eberflus.
Iberhausen.
So they're all gone. Justin Fields in the media says he doesn't know if he's coming back, which Bill denounced me in text messages already, so we won't argue about it.
I actually didn't read those text messages. What were you guys saying?
I mean, like I said, like if Justin Fields is in the media saying, like, I don't know if I'm coming back, I feel like that's a bad thing.
Really?
I mean, you're not trying to reveal your franchise's cards, but I feel like that comment doesn't even need to be said. You know what I mean? Like if you're confident you're going in as a quarterback, you should just whatever.
He's gonna get
traded, whatever.
I mean, he says,
what was the question though? Because I think
I'm sure it was something down the lines of what's your future with the Bears.
Yeah,
and of course he doesn't fucking know.
Yeah,
he has no idea.
He's not going to have an idea. You want him to be like Russ said it though. Russ was like, it's either here or somewhere else. But I love playing football, and I can't wait to get back on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like if Justin Fields is the one that they're going with, like he should be like, yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
They don't.
I know. Bill already crushed his team.
All right.
I'll say it for the camera then. So you can't have a quarterback go out there and play your hand for you. You have to have him not know because first off,
that's also very
before he went out there, they held a gun to his head. You better say you don't know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, and even if he has an idea, he's not supposed to convey that because right now, if they're shopping either him or that pick, they're saying the opposite, that they want to do the opposite. Yeah. But you, who wants to trade for him? Atlanta? Let's say
Atlanta, Seattle. Yeah.
You, the Atlanta Falcons, you want this number 1 pick? Then, we plan on using that to draft Caleb Williams. So you got to sell me on the idea that you're going to give me enough in return to take that pick away from me because I plan on using it. Oh, you wanted Justin Fields? No. I was just kidding. We want Justin Fields. He's our guy.
Right.
You got to give me enough
for Caleb Williams.
For me to, accept the fact that I'm getting rid of Justin Fields. And I settle for Caleb Williams.
So Justin Fields actually did perfect for the organization saying that.
Yeah. So whether he's part of that organization next year or not, that is the move, only move.
Yes. So how do you guys feel about them keeping Uber Bus?
So at first I was mad, and then it came out around the same time after that everybody in the offense is gone, which is perfect. Like
what you want.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't want Eberflus there.
Yeah.
but
I don't know.
Everyone loves him. Like everybody that they love Eberflus, but offensive coordinator, everybody they needed to go, bro. So
I think all the disasters at head coaching lately. I honestly, if I had an average coach, which I would say he's average, I don't think he stinks. I don't think he's good.
He's
I would rather have the average coach than the unknown. Because Sean Payton made this whole comeback train just to be mid. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, the Bears could have went with Sean Payton. Like, they were one of the teams that could have very well signed Sean Payton last year. But they got Eberflus, and he was okay. You know, when all of his talent was healthy, they did their thing. So I like it. I like that they're sticking with it instead of just changing it up. And now they got a big quarterback decision to make in their coordinators. But I say let Eberflus pick his coordinators. I mean, fuck it. Yeah. You know, why not? You're going to have a talented team no matter what. Whether you stick with Justin Fields, you're going to be boosting the offense around him. If you go with Caleb Williams, you have Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, whatever else is going to be there.
Right.
So either way, you're going to be talented. It's going to be up to his coaching.
And
he does bad, fire him. Whatever.
Yeah, and having Matt, I think solidifies that Justin is staying. Yeah. In which I was telling you he was going to stay, which I think he should, because you get a lot more for Caleb. And I think that Atlanta would give up a lot. Raiders would give up a lot. Seahawks would give up a lot. Patriots would give up a lot.
I think the Raiders are the team that needs to do it.
I think Atlanta's the team that needs to do it.
Well, Atlanta, of course.
I think if Atlanta needs to get Mike Vrabel and need to trade whoever they need to trade.
I would disagree with you because I think Atlanta needs to, like, prostitute themselves for Kirk Cousins. I think they need a nice.
They're not trading Kirk.
I know. Like, if he doesn't go to Minnesota, like, I feel like they should swoop in there and talk to him.
They're not trading Kirk.
But he's a free agent.
Kirk is free agent. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was unrestricted.
Yeah. Unrestricted. I think he's
not restricted. He's too old to be restricted, I believe.
Yeah. He's a Minnesota Viking.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I expect that. But like I said, if I'm the Falcons, I'm like at least trying. Like, I'm like going as hard as I can because like you bring Caleb Williams in, rookie quarterback.
I think
things could go wrong. You know what I mean? Where Kirk Cousins, and things could go wrong with Kirk Cousins. He got hurt this year, but like. You know, put a veteran guy in there that everybody loves. I feel like Atlanta would be like the team next year. I'm like,
let me ask this: where does Eric Bieniemy land?
I don't think he should get a head coaching job yet.
I think he will.
Because like that, the Commanders stint, I don't think was really his fault. I think they just suck as a franchise. Like
I think they will.
Like you said, I don't think it was his fault.
I think the Titans.
I can see it. So
because black GM, black head coach. Fuck around, might even draft a black.
Yo, I said that I would have gotten canceled.
But I'm saying, I think the black GM. I think Bieniemy is gonna jack Will Levis. But here's the thing, like,
go to the Bears.
No,
man.
that's I'd rather be I'd rather be on the command. I'd rather be hired by the Commanders than the Titans.
Titans are in rough shape right now
because you probably gotta trade D Hop. Tatum will be there.
Who wants to trade for D Hop on a 1-year deal too? Like
I'm saying.
It's tough.
And you're not going to get paid as much as you're going to get paid in the Commanders. At least if you stink, you're going to get the highest paid.
Yeah.
You trade it's going to be for like
also, the Panthers, too, like, I don't know.
All right, so quick shout out to Michigan. They won the college championship.
Yeah.
You know, crazy year there, you know, with all the conspiracies, all the possible cheating, maybe not cheating, whatever. Harbaugh gets his college chip. Hopefully he comes to the NFL. We've been, you know, waiting for that to happen, come back. I'd say he's a better coach than Nick Saban. I was fucking around a little bit. You guys actually... No, we're done with the Sabans. All right, my bad. But yeah, Michigan wins.
Thought we entertained that enough.
I imagine we're about to talk to Jim Harbaugh, but, you know, quick shout outs to Michigan. You guys have anything to say on the Michigan end?
Just happy for Michigan. I love the underdog story. Penix looks average.
He got... his offense...
Blake Corum is OD, though. Blake Corum's a dog. I like him in the NFL. I don't know about JJ, but I think
he didn't prove anything in that championship game, but he didn't have to. So.
I think Coach Harbaugh. I just think they're like the Chargers are gonna throw so much money at him that he might get $20 million a year.
I would like
but
that.
But why not, man? Like it doesn't.
No, for sure. I'm not saying that he should. I'm saying that like I think Harbaugh wants to stay at Michigan.
See, I don't.
But I feel like the money is going to be too much for him to.
Do you think a quarterback is twice as important as a head coach in this league?
Sheesh. Because this year,
I don't think it is. I think a head coach means more to your team, if not the same amount. Right? You got quarterbacks getting paid $50 million. Why are coaches only getting paid $20? Is breaking the bank? Is the way you just said it, enthusiastic. You like $20 million,
right?
And why not?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, for the Chargers, I think that would be perfect. Because I don't want to see them get Belichick. I don't want to see them get Vrabel. I just think, like, the Chargers...
I think they might be better off with Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's where they should go if...
And I don't want that. I like seeing the Chargers suck. Those fans don't deserve anything.
Well, I would love to see that because then we'll see if Herbert's a guy or not.
That part I like.
Then we'll see if he's a guy. Like I'm
curious to know, but I'd rather just be told, like, yeah, he's a guy, and then just get
on with it. Or Easton Stick gets that fucking job again. Brag about what you were right about this year.
Just how bad Brandon Staley is at his job.
There you go. Yeah, you were right about Josh McDaniels.
Yeah. Like Brandon Staley was really bad.
I think you guys called all the firings.
I said also Arthur Smith on how bad he is.
Yeah.
He should have fired a long time ago.
Frank Reich was the only one that we didn't like.
Yeah, but I don't think
really
it's Frank Reich.
There.
But that's the thing. I put Frank Reich and Doug Peterson kind of like.
I agree with that. Yeah,
they're kind of the same. And Sean Payton, in the offensive coordinator for the Saints, like it's just past their time.
Yeah,
like it's just like how you look at football.
It's different.
It's different now. It's outdated. Yeah. Like you're just outdated.
You gotta grow.
That's how I look at Doug. It's just. Outdated.
Yeah, because Bryce Young looked like an outdated quarterback
in
his first year in the league.
Was
like he looked like he was a guy on his way out.
Andy Dalton.
Like he looked like he's trying to like stretch his last year of his career as much as he could.
Bro, like,
that's the best way to describe that.
It looked hard. It looked hard out there. So that's what I'm saying. It looked hard for the Saints. Saints offensive coordinator Sean Payton Street. So it's like. I just think, we didn't look at that, but no, just Arthur Smith and Brandon Staley, I was very right about that from the beginning. Yeah. I said Atlanta was going to do anything from the beginning because of Arthur Smith.
Yeah,
so
you were right on those, and I basically just had Josh McDaniels swapped in with Brandon Staley for mine. So we both loved bashing Brandon Staley. Said he should have been gone like week 3 or 4.
He should have been gone last. Chargers blew that. They blew that bad. He should have been gone after. Last season.
After missing playoffs.
But, me, I said the Ravens would be the best in the AFC. I said the Bills would come back, even though I'm not liking the Bills at all now that they've come back.
I didn't want to see it happen, but I did say it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I have 49ers as number 1 in the NFC.
Yeah, the Jags choked. I told you guys like multiple weeks in a row, like I'm just not feeling the Jags. I don't think I don't know. It just fell off with them. Bucks winning the division. I think that was a big one.
Yeah, that was your biggest one.
Because it just felt right. Baker, trying to prove something. We'll see if he gets the big contract next year. And Texans, man. I mean, I didn't say the Texans would win. I don't think a lot of people said the Texans would win the division, but I said it was a nice, healthy situation. They'll win some games. They'll look good, and hey, they were good enough.
We said it as soon as they hired DeMeco Ryans, that would be a heavily improved.
Yeah, we had like a whole 20-minute segment, like, woo, here come the Texans! Finally, they're healthy.
Excellent story, good draft, good offseason.
After years, like the Deshaun Watson thing. What was their last coach that won the last game? No, the one that won the last game of the season. Lovie Smith. That whole thing. J.J. Watt leaving the Texans without winning anything ever besides Defensive Player of the Year. I'm glad they've turned that leaf. And a lot of other franchises should do that. Just fire everybody, release everybody, trade everybody, and start over like from scratch. Nobody left over from the prior year.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else you guys want to brag about?
That's all I have. Well, obviously my Browns.
Man, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, you were out here calling me fucking a hater and shit. And I'll admit I was very wrong about the Browns, even though they got Joe Flacco after I made that take. But
I didn't.
I'll help Joe Flacco.
I wasn't on them preseason.
I was on, and
I don't know. You called Joe Flacco being elite.
I did say that. I said that before he started the game. I'll brag on that one. But I was on that defense in like week 1. I immediately caught on like, damn, they can do some real damage this year.
Well, because I thought like even though that you guys had a bad year last year defensively, I thought you guys were always known the last few years of having.
Well, we played good defense. We always put good defense within the division.
Yeah.
Just outside the division, it got spooky.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which it's so weird that some teams like thrive against the division or suck against the division.
Yeah,
like there's
the
never.
Bengals were 1-5 this year in the division, and if we played everybody last week, they would have been 0-6.
Yeah, the Bengals were another mess this year. Pro Bowl snub. Who you guys got?
Antoine Winfield's an easy one for this.
Yeah.
He's an all-pro, so that kind
People
of
were
sums it up.
marveling over him all year. I'm shocked he didn't make the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, it was a popular name throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like, he led in a lot of important stats throughout the year.
I have those stats too, but yeah.
Yeah, hit those stats.
You have them?
I don't.
Oh,
no.
yeah. So, yeah, he led the league in fumble recoveries, 122 tackles, 12 passes deflected, 6 sacks, 8 pressures.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
Those are ridiculous numbers for a defensive back.
For safety, yeah.
The Bucs needed that too.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's one of the biggest snubs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's an all-pro, the fact that the people that are important
Well, I think
believe
that's
in
all
him,
pro by like
coaches.
players
and coaches. Yeah. The people that actually have like real opinions, not just people voting for a Pro Bowl.
Just throwing shit in there.
Yeah, they all liked him enough to put him in as an all-pro, which it's a lot less spots as an all-pro.
Right.
So that's crazy to me.
For sure.
Yeah, and I got Amon-Ra. I mean, like, to be as consistent as he was from day one, or week 1 to week 7, 18, I thought that was impressive. You know, on the Lions, where they have so many weapons, for him to be a standout amongst all of them, I thought it was very impressive. And he had one of his best years of his whole career this year, and is a big reason that the Lions won so many games, because he was able to give them 100 yards in as many games as he did. So it kind of sucks to see him left off. I'm glad Josh Allen was left off, though. I'm glad, they made the decision right with that.
Right.
Overrated ass Josh Allen. But
Before we get off of Monroe, though, who are you taking out? Because the wide receivers for the NFC are CeeDee Lamb, which you're not taking out. A.J. Brown, you're not taking out. Mike Evans and Puka Nacua.
probably Puka. And it's not because, like,
I'm
I'm
gonna
sure.
take AJ out.
I don't know. AJ he broke the record this year,
He started
though.
killing, and then he fell off bad.
But he broke a record this year. Him and CeeDee Lamb. I mean, CeeDee Lamb almost broke the same record. But, like, I would say Puka, just because, like, I'm not taking away anything from Puka. I just think he's only there because he broke the record.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's take a look at these A.J. Brown stats next to Monroe St. Brown stats.
Hey, you guys might be right, but I'm not going to go against my guy.
I respect that.
You might have to after this. So, Amon-Ra had 1,500 yards, 15 on 119 receptions, 10 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 1,456 with 7 touchdowns. He had less receptions for less yards and less touchdowns.
But he broke a record.
What?
For having all of them in a couple games. Whereas Monroe was consistent throughout the season.
No, yeah. And like I
That's the
said,
thing.
well, either way, Amon-Ra should have been
The
in.
voting
Whether that's
started-
A.J. Brown is out, whether,
That's
it
the
is
tough
what
part.
it is.
The voting started while A.J. Brown was closing up that 125-yard winning streak.
Right.
Why did they
That's-
start the
that's when the
voting?
voting- they always
that was
started dumb early.
mid-season.
Yep.
Why?
That's when it starts.
That's so dumb.
And whereas Amon-Ra St. Brown was consistent but not spectacular all the way
Right.
long, he had a nice boost in the beginning, but other than that, it was just...
Fair enough. Who you got?
I have my Browns corner, Martin Emerson Jr. He had the lowest passing rating allowed.
There you go.
When quarterbacks threw at him at 47.8. He let up no touchdowns this year, 4 interceptions.
It's hard to-
15 passes deflected.
Bro.
And the second person that was next to him in lower passer rating was Denzel Ward, who got the Pro Bowl.
Through this episode,
You know
it's
what I'm
getting
saying?
harder and harder for me to envision the Texans fucking winning this match.
Monday,
Because I didn't even know he had the lowest passer rating allowed. That's just another guy in the
quarter.
Browns.
That's our second quarter. The second rated was Denzel, who's on our team, and he was the defensive player of the year.
Let me shit on the Texans' chances just a little bit more. C.J. Stroud against zone defenses this year
was like 80.
was the number 1 quarterback in the league.
Right.
Against man defense this year,
Which is crazy.
27th in the league.
Yeah,
Which is crazy.
When he gets blitzed and stuff, his passer rating just.
I
goes
love seeing that
59%.
defense in Madden.
Yeah. So, and guess who plays a lot of man defense with those 2 corners? So,
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to do very well.
I just think, each day has gone by. I'm like, okay, Joe Flacco's 5-0 wild card,
It's setting it up.
CJ, okay, I can
They've
see
got
it.
this locker room. So there's always one team every year that goes really far because everyone is having fun. Everyone is fucking locked in.
We love each other.
Like you see it, and this is the Browns right here. Like you see it all across sports. Like for example, like when the Nationals won in 2019 in baseball.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the Nationals were better than like.
Yeah.
5. I could probably say there was 5 other teams better than the Nationals, but
right.
because they were like they were
Together.
fucking, spraying champagne, singing Spanish songs, and just fucking yelling at each other, dancing and shit. Like,
and that's the thing too. With the Browns, we did a team trip over to Wilbriar, which is in West Virginia, and for like a week or two, and we said, "Fuck Cleveland!" Like we're gonna leave here and do team bonding for 2 weeks, and we're gonna stay here for 2 weeks.
That's a good idea because man, Cleveland sucks.
And ever since then, like we've all got this camaraderie. And the only thing that scares me is that the same locker room we have, I feel like the Ravens have too.
And that's what I'm saying.
And that's why like it's tough. And
that's why I said I like it for both the Ravens and the Browns.
Yeah.
Like that matchup, even though one has to lose, I like it for both of them because I think like you win that matchup, like for the Ravens, it'll give them the confidence that Lamar desperately needs to take it to the next match and then go to the Super Bowl. And then the Browns, they beat the Ravens. Who the fuck is beating the Browns, bro? If the Ravens don't beat the Browns, who is beating the Browns?
It's a win-win situation because, of course, I want my Browns to win, but I also support black quarterbacks.
I'm here for Lamar, bro. I'm so here for Lamar.
Also, Odell's on that team, too. And also, I'm riding with the Harbaugh story. Harbaugh won in Michigan. That's why I'm like, fuck, Michigan won. Now, John.
I'm so glad for this Joe Flacco run, though, because I thought Joe Flacco was so overrated until now.
For sure. So, that's
it's just craziness. I look back to when I worked at a call center and I talked to John Harbaugh. And I talked to him about drafting Lamar Jackson. And his response is, I don't know, I think Joe's going to have a hell of a year. Like
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And now here we are.
Yeah,
Joe Flacco against Lamar Jackson in all likelihood. So it just gives me goosebumps.
I love that.
So we've got 7 coaching vacancies as it stands right now, and then
might have a couple more after the playoffs.
We got some toss-ups, between the playoffs and then, of course, what's going on in New England. Nothing's locked in. Even the Bears, I think technically they said that, or somebody with knowledge said that they're going to test the waters and see what the head coach market looks like before they make a decision on Eberflus. I know the press looks this way right now, but that might be Eberflus just rolling with what he knows. He doesn't know a damn thing necessarily.
And I think one important thing I want to add here is I think if the Cowboys don't get to the NFC Championship, I think that spot's open. There's too many good head coaches right now that are probably going to eye that job. Like, for example, I think Bill Belichick is one person I can see as a Cowboys coach.
If you're a Cowboys, I don't know if I want Bill Belichick. It's close, but still, they'd have to have their eyes on somebody.
I think Jerry would go. I think Jerry would love Bill Belichick.
I think Jerry's just getting more and more desperate.
That's what I'm saying. He would give Bill
Belichick
you
lose this year, I feel like Jerry Jones is going to his head's about to fucking pop up.
Let me ask you this, though. Do you think Bill Belichick could hand the GM keys over to a guy like Jerry Jones?
No, but I feel
he's never worked with GM in his life, basically. Since he's been a head coach. I don't have a whole lot of faith that Jerry Jones is the guy that he's just going to magically work well with. But either way, just to
Tom
recap
Brady
the
comes
opening,
and coaches the Cowboys.
I'm saying if the Cowboys lose is because of, I would say it's because either Dak or because Mike McCarthy's coaching decisions within the game.
Correct.
And with Bill Belichick, you'd be like, okay, at least one of those things are out of this.
Yeah,
I shit on Dak a lot, but I feel like I can see Dak performing well in the playoffs.
No, he's
I think he's tired of just being this guy that everyone's fucking.
And first off, you get a nice warm up game against the Green Bay Packers.
I don't know if it's a warm. Yeah, I was gonna say
from their offensive unit against Green Bay's defensive unit standpoint, it's a warm up. They're gonna. I guarantee you. Dallas Cowboys have 30.
But this is also the Cowboys.
I didn't take the over.
Yeah,
and it's also the Cowboys, and also there's something that I love from the Packers, and I know we're gonna talk about it literally the next segment.
We'll get to it in a minute.
But from what I've seen from Jordan Love and the Packers offense in the last 4 or 5 games, he looks like a veteran out there, which he should. Been in the league for a while.
Revenge game.
But
revenge game. Green Bay revenge game. We'll see.
I hear you. It's a potential revenge game, but. And Jordan Love looks good. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
First, head coaching vacancies. Of the 7 right now, and I'm just going to list them off. We got the Atlanta Falcons, the Carolina Panthers, Las Vegas Raiders, Los Angeles Chargers, Seattle Seahawks, Tennessee Titans, and the Washington Commanders.
A lot of decent situations.
Which one, if you were a head coach, which one would you be most excited to go to?
Scroll up real quick.
And then we're going to go to the least excited after that.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
So I'd go Atlanta.
Yeah.
The least, I'd go Carolina. but Atlanta because I feel like you're a quarterback away. Because again, I know you don't like Tannehill, but he's better than Desmond Ridder, and he's better than Taylor Heineke.
If Tannehill is like your that's
what I'm saying.
If he's your only option,
yeah.
But I think like the Falcons, they need to go for something big here because like they have the talent right now that could be good for the next 5 to 10 years, if they get this right.
For sure. And I'm with you on that. So, but that's what I'm saying. I like Atlanta a lot, and I dislike that Carolina situation because there's a lot of like mediocrity.
There's a lot of mess over there.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I agree with the Falcons, but to be different from Dom, I'm going to go with the Raiders. And the reason why I say the Raiders is because we saw in the second half of the year, the locker room, they all love each other. They all love playing with each other. You can still convince, Devontae Adams not to, talk his way out of Las Vegas. It's Las Vegas. You can do something good. The Ravens have never done really anything good before, so a coach coming in could really change the course of that franchise. So if I'm a coach, I guess I would take the Raiders just because of all of that.
So I'm going to tap into something you said, that the Atlanta Falcons are only a quarterback away. And I'm going to flip it all the way on its head. I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers because they at least have a quarterback.
Okay.
That's the toughest position to nail down in the sport.
Oh, there's just something
and if you don't
wrong.
have somebody that can be your long-term solution, then you got a real chance of just staying mediocre for a long time and never getting out.
I have a question. So you'd rather have a quarterback than
everything else?
Literally. Because I think Atlanta has great complementary pieces.
They got a young and upcoming defense.
Yeah,
they showed
good defense,
change,
have a good offensive line. They literally just need to sell their souls for Caleb Williams, and they're like, win that division, without a doubt. And also Division 2, it's like
that is
like I'd rather see Baker, Derek Carr, and who else? Baker. Wait, who else is in that?
If Derek Carr is
I'd rather see Bryce Young, Derek Carr, and Baker Mayfield. I love Baker.
Yeah,
2 times a year than Pat Mahomes once.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Granted, Chiefs look whatever.
Correct.
My thing with the Chargers is that there is something wrong with that franchise. Like, they didn't win shit with fucking Rivers, and we could probably agree they could have maybe gone on one run with him at the very least. They moved to Los Angeles, and none of their fans went with them, and now they have no fans at all. There's just something with the last 2 years. It's just bad juju over
Diego
there
either. So that's not a huge knock on them. And here's
but at least they had fans,
You guys in Atlanta have great playmakers and an overall good defense. I would contest that the Chargers have better talent on defense.
Sure.
They're not doing enough with it.
Sure.
I think the expectations for some of these teams are so low that maybe it's a better situation, because I actually thought about picking the Panthers because you got a guy in Bryce Young that might be something. Probably isn't. Everyone knows he probably isn't. You got a chance of trying it with this guy, and if he sucks, you got a whole other chance to try it again, and nobody's going to blame you for it. There aren't many situations like that in the NFL where you get a chance for 2 quarterbacks. Typically, coach is tied to a quarterback, and if the quarterback's done, they're done.
Yeah.
So,
deadass.
I don't know. Outside of that, I like the Chargers defense enough, and then we just got to get some playmakers surrounding Justin Herbert, because I don't trust what they've got at running back or receiver or tight end right now.
But that's the thing with the Chargers. Okay.
I don't know. I would trust their offensive weapons if they had someone actually, knowing what they're doing.
Scheming it correctly.
That's another thing,
because Austin Eckler, I like Austin Eckler. I mean, I don't think he's a top 5 running back or anything. Yeah. But I think if you're going to go into a situation, I like him as the running back.
For sure.
The receivers, I still, Keenan Allen, whatever. He still had a decent year.
Yeah.
They had a lot of injuries there. But
I'm just saying, if you give me Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, I'm taking.
And then on the other end of these openings, we have so many head coaches that are looking for a job. I know the Patriots aren't on that list yet, but we can almost.
But that's what I'm saying. I would take the Raiders out of that because I think they're going to re-sign Antonio Pierce.
I hope so.
I think they're going to do that.
I hope so.
I think Josh
McDaniels is going to be the Patriots head coach.
Shut up.
Bro, you saw that they flew him in for some VIP treatment their last game of the season, bro.
I don't know if they flew him in, but he did walk in the VIP gates. So the thing is, he's still close to Belichick, I would assume. Like, what's to say a VIP
He's
gate
about to be the
doesn't
offensive coordinator. Patricia coming back as the defensive coordinator. Let's run it back, baby.
Bill O'Brien, head coach.
One more year from Tom Brady. I wouldn't rule anything
Tom
out.
Brady just, oh my God, that would be nuts. Just a bunch of old men.
So what team would you steer clear from not touching with a 10-foot pole?
The Commanders. I mean, I have to wait just to see because, like I said, they changed ownership. Don't know really what they're looking to do yet. Yeah. I would wait. Don't know if they might trade McLaurin, might not, might have Sam Howell as their quarterback, might draft one. There's just too many questions. Their defense is absolutely nothing. Like, you have to rebuild that whole defense.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of work. In Washington, there's a lot of pressure over there because they just haven't accomplished anything like ever. And you're in a division with the Cowboys and Eagles, who should be good for the next, I would say, 5 years at least. Maybe less. Depends if, the Eagles fall apart or not, But, and the Giants, they seem like they know, Daniel Jones excluded, they seem like they know what they're doing. So, I'm not going to the Commanders. That's disgusting. That's nasty.
That is a tough one.
That's like putting a loaded diaper back on your child after you've taken it off. That's
a good comparison.
Yeah.
Great I can see that. That's tough to beat because, especially with the O-line in such shambles and just, it's a pure blown question mark at quarterback.
Yeah.
You got half the room that would say Sam Howell is a guy and half that said...
I think he's a guy. Like, I genuinely think he's a guy, but he's going to be a guy you have to put things around. And, like, you saw this year with no offensive line, like, he was... he wasn't he in the top 10 all-time of players sacked?
Yeah, I think I'm almost positive.
Like, how is he alive? How is he still healthy? I like that he's healthy through all that.
People really lauded his stats, but I just want to remind you that Blake Bortles put up some real good stats in garbage time too, and that's
Blake Bortles was good though. No, I'm joking.
Sam Howell gives me big Blake Bortles vibes in terms of the stats, and that's, I'm not saying that's his ceiling, but I don't like Sam Howell that much.
That was a crazy comp, man. Let's get to the playoffs. That's what this episode's about. So our first matchup we'll go with yours. The Chiefs and the Dolphins. Dolphins losing to the Bills on the last week of the season. Something that you guys called that I was like, no way, that's not gonna happen. But now it's happening, and now the Dolphins get the Chiefs after such a somewhat promising year. Better year than last, at the very least.
Well, yes and no. We got the playoffs last year. We're in kind of the same spot.
But you're healthier this year. You got Tyreek Hill and Tua this year. We
are healthier at quarterback this year.
Yeah.
We are not healthier this year. So we're down our top 4 defensive ends. We got Robert Hunt back on the offensive line. That does help, which means we at least have more than half of our original starting offensive line for the first time since week 6. So that was cool. We probably have Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert. We don't know that either.
I would hope so.
Yeah, we need some.
I think they'll play.
I think so. But I thought so last week too. But at the same time, I can see why they would sit him last week to keep him healthy for this week. Tyreek Hill, however, went out for that last play of the game, limping.
Yeah, I mean, he's always hurt.
He's been banged up for a while now, so
he's always been hurt.
It's tough. We're truly limping into this game, but I have to think, based on the coaching that happened last year in the playoff game, that Mike McDaniel is saving something for this. And
I think so too.
I do trust in my coach. I trust in my quarterback. It's going up against, I think, the best unit out of the 4 that will be playing is probably the Kansas City defense. But I think the second best is the Miami Dolphins defense. So, which is crazy to think when you have the number 1 passer going up against Patrick Mahomes.
For sure.
That the defenses are what will really command this game. I do like the under, even though it's in the low 40s. It's wild to think. I would never have thought that at the beginning of the year, but here we are.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the Dolphins do have a chance in this game. I don't think it's
Certainly a chance.
I don't think it's a conclusion because, like, the Chiefs, yes, can Patrick Mahomes come alive, and the Chiefs come alive magically in the playoffs. We've seen it. You know, we've seen it last year. We've seen it. Well, the refs helped him last year, but we've seen it. We've seen it before with the greatest quarterback in the league, just turning it on when it matters the most. But I don't know. The Chiefs have a lot of negatives this year, man. A lot of negatives. Travis Kelce doesn't seem to be as locked in as he should be.
Nope.
Patrick Mahomes is very, very frustrated.
Yep.
The receivers really genuinely, besides Rice, really just can't do anything. And if
Rice can't catch either. He's just
but he's just the best. He's just the best of the idiots.
He's just more consistent.
Yeah. He has as bad of a drop rate as anybody else.
Yeah.
He just actually does something when he catches it. When he does catch it. So that's what sets him apart.
And that's what I'm saying is like, yeah, Mahomes could magically connect with them, but it's tough to see for me right now because it's just they have looked so frustrated and so bad in the second half of the year that I feel like they kind of just want to pack their bags and get to next season, get Mahomes some receivers, find out if certain people are leaving and keep it going. But it's the Chiefs, it's Patrick Mahomes. We'll see.
I'll say this. I think if the following players start and finish the game for the Dolphins, we win.
He's about to list 17 players now.
I was going to go 22, but I need Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, and Melvin Ingram, believe it or not, to start and finish the game. It's crazy that we trust that that's where we're going. And Tua.
Tua's the obvious one.
Tua I was hoping was a given.
Melvin Ingram.
That's our best defensive lineman that we got left. And if we lose him, then we're plugging Justin Houston off the couch. And
fair enough.
Bruce Irvin, who's been on the couch for most of the season. Malik Reed, who's been on the couch. We're in a tough spot on defensive line. And if we can't hold the trench in the slightest, Isaiah Pacheco is going to run for 150 yards.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yo.
Do you have anything quick to say before you talk to us about the Browns and Texans?
I really hope they win, but I don't see how they do it. So that's all it is.
The short and sweet to the point.
That's all I have to say.
Talk to us about the Browns.
You know why, real quick? Because I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of, the Dolphins are about to play the Chiefs. Can this high-powered offense do it? L. Oh, they're about to play the Bills. They just scored 70 points. L. Oh, they're about to play the Eagles. L.
One of our last good wins.
Just L. Like L after L after L. They're 1-6, 1-5 against winning teams this year. Just, I have no expectations going into the game. Because I don't want to have expectations. And I have to keep this because my dad calls me and he has high expectations. Way higher than him. Way higher than he was going into Buffalo. We're gonna kill Buffalo. We're gonna I don't see how they can win. I'm like, Dad, you guys can't stop them. And you stopped them. And you did that. Yeah. And it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't stop them when you needed to stop them. You feel me? And
we did. We stopped ourselves too. Is the problem?
That's also true, right? That's also true. But that's all I have to say about that. So okay,
Texans Browns, baby. This is I think on the AFC side, I think these are our two teams of the year. The two teams we've talked about a lot on this podcast.
Yeah.
So I like that it's coming with the first round matchup. Maybe our last built different bowl of the season.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's definitely one.
Yeah, man. Browns -7.
Yeah?
I'm locked in.
I'm with it.
Yeah?
We're locked in. I just feel like this team is locked in, and there's some people that have been there, done that.
Yeah.
The
reason why I love Joe Flacco at quarterback is obviously not because he performed this year.
Yeah.
But I think it's because you're going into Houston. It's going to be loud. I think the fans are really going to show up for Houston there. Cause,
and I think Browns fans will show up too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's going to be close enough.
I like
not
Joe.
50-50,
I just love Joe Flacco in that situation.
Yeah,
He's just an old man. Nothing's going to fucking affect him. He's still going to throw 30 for 50 with 300 yards. Doesn't matter what the fuck's going. The world could literally be ending at the same moment. Joe Flacco's throwing down the field for 33 yards.
And here's the thing with the Browns, first of all, the Texans aren't a good run football team. They don't. They
not at all.
They ran the football a lot against the Colts because they couldn't pass block.
Yeah. They need to fix that.
Which is also a big. If you're gonna try to pass the ball 30, 40 times against us with Myles Garrett, good luck.
Yeah.
But the Browns, though, majority of our wins, majority or where we get problems at is that some offenses that could beat us in multiple ways, right? Yeah. We're not gonna let Nico Collins beat us. It's gonna need to take more than Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz to beat us. Yeah. And that's why the Baltimore matchup is always
Stroud. He didn't perform good this year against great defense.
No, he didn't. Yeah. He didn't. So that's what I'm saying.
And just to remind you what I talked about earlier, against man defense particularly, he flat out struggled. He's bottom 5 in the league against man defense.
Exactly. And I'm saying that Jets defense that we cooked.
Yeah. Nonetheless, though, I'm really happy for the Texans that they're here.
Yeah.
Won their division, checked off literally every box that they needed to check off, and some this year.
Correct. So plus one in my opinion, because frankly,
I say +2 because C.J. Stroud was an MVP quarterback. I think they wanted him to just show that he had the ability, and he just.
Yeah, he was legitimately in the MVP conversation, not front runner at
a good finish, and he might have been our MVP.
Yeah, a healthy finish. Yeah, frankly. Yeah. So is all could have taken, but shout out to the Texans. They did do great, but I'm giving them 0 chance, which is crazy going up against 4th string quarterback to have a playoff team not have a chance against 4th string quarterback. But good for the Browns, man. This. Again, felt like a little bit of a destiny type year for the Browns that they were just gonna overcome.
For sure,
more adversity than I've seen any team overcome.
In such a the season was so good for me because so much shitty things happening. I feel like it would only be perfect if the Browns took the whole thing.
That would feel
on par with the whole season, bro.
Poetic, with a season full of so many injuries. Particularly to quarterbacks.
So many injuries, bad coaching, bad quarterback play.
Yep. And they're getting good quarterback play from their 4th string quarterback.
Great coaching.
Joe Flacco. They're getting decent running back play from Jerome Ford after Nick Chubb goes down, who's probably, if not the best running back in the league, at least top few. So you lose immense talent and still you're here.
And it's not, if the Browns were to lose this week or next week or at some point in the playoffs, it's not the worst thing ever because you're going to come back next year with Deshaun Watson,
right?
With Chubb, with a healthier defense, with money,
and that's another cool part. They're truly playing it 1 week at a time. And Joe Flacco said that today. He said, "What's cool about the playoffs is you literally are only preparing for 1 week. And after that, you just figure it out what you got to prepare for after that.
Right.
And it's a cool feeling, and they're here for it.
All I know is I need that Ravens-Browns matchup. I need it.
I need it bad.
I might throw a party
that was
for
my
it.
Ravens friend. My Ravens friend and I were talking about it. It's part of it. I'm happy that the Browns are part of the script. The NFL needs Chiefs-Bills, and the NFL needs Browns-Ravens.
Yeah, I agree.
And the NFL needs Niners-Rams too. So that's why I'm kind of feeling that as well.
The NFL needs 49ers, Eagles.
And that's what I'm saying. It'd be Niners, Rams, and Cowboys, Eagles if Eagles were to win.
Yeah.
So that's
sniff. But that's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
If the Cowboys win, which I think the Bucs do.
If the Lions lose, Eagles will face the Cowboys. Yeah. Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, another NFC Championship appearance for no reason.
If we just look at this week's matchups, we got Tyreek Hill revenge game, Mike McCarthy revenge game, Deshaun Watson revenge game, kind of. Matthew Stafford.
He's going to be on the sideline.
And Matthew Stafford versus Jared Goff revenge games.
For sure.
So
the script was cool this year.
Buccaneers revenge game. I mean, Eagles they faced each other in the last.
And then we have this game right here, which could set up for one of the most funniest results of all time if the Steelers somehow, some way pull it out against the Bills. Not too much to talk about here. Bills are the heavy favorites. They should win. But don't count out the Steelers because they are literally the best at doing this shit. You count them out, they fuck you up. And if the Steelers win, we will open next episode 10 minutes straight roasting the Bills. And that's just how it has
just
to be.
Him being bad.
Yeah. We'll see.
He can score 40 points and they lose. I still would think.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Is literally in a scenario where it should be 100% Bills, that 1% Steelers for me
That is the most
huge,
Mike Tomlin shit you've ever heard.
It's the hugest 1% in the entire season. I can see it. But we can all agree the Bills should and will stop the Steelers. I don't even like that the Steelers got this far. But yeah.
None of us do.
So going to the NFC, we got the Cowboys and the Packers. How are you guys feeling about that? Because this is a weird one.
So, yeah, something about Green Bay and Dallas. I know it's Aaron Rodgers and Rodgers back in the day, but I don't know. I think they played gritty. I think, like, what showed me when they played good against the Lions on Thanksgiving, I was like, oh, they could rise up to the moment.
Yeah.
The moment's not.
I think they need another year.
No, they do. The Cowboys are a better.
But it's also the Cowboys. Like, it's the same way you feel about the Bills. Like, yes, it should be Cowboys cooking the Green Bay Packers. But, one, it's the Cowboys, and two, the Packers are just pesky. They're just annoying.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's all I'm saying is the script, because I might cash out that parlay I put in, because I do think the Eagles might win. But the script needs Eagles, Cowboys, Rams, Niners, Browns, Ravens.
Rams, Eagles, NFC Championship. Eagles, Steelers, Super Bowl. Eagles win.
You got the wrong script.
You got
I got the script they threw away. Like when they
you got the Madden script.
I got the first rough draft.
Yeah, you got the Madden script. I don't know.
You take this thing back up from the shredder.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited for Green Bay, and it's good for them.
Yeah. I think for the Cowboys, you need to cook the Packers. I think you can't show any struggle. You can't show any weakness.
Right. Yeah.
You got to come in, take care of business, and get to the next matchup, because it's either going to be the Lions or the Eagles that you're going to come in playing against, and those two teams are not teams you're going to want to let exploit you. So
we don't know about that. Rams and Bucks both have chances, but still.
No, but I don't think there's a scenario where the Rams would face the Cowboys the next round, right?
It would take 7 seed winning, which is
Packers.
Never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Touche. So with that said, I think Cowboys offense is going to put up the most points out of anybody in the league this week. I think they're going to go for at least 30. Realistically, I wouldn't be shocked before.
It's got to be a bang game.
Yeah.
And I think anything less, it's... Whew.
You look what that Packers defense has let up. Given, like, it wasn't all that crazy against the Bears last week. Justin Fields only threw it 16 times. It's just a weird game. Didn't mean much.
Very weird.
So I'm gonna kind of throw that out. The Vikings didn't do much, but they've got Nick Mullins. Before that, 300 yards to Bryce Young, 380 yards to Buccaneers, and Baker Mayfield. You let Tommy DeVito beat you, and then
By the way, I'm so glad that's done. Like I'm
we don't have to spend time talking about Tommy DeVito, but still,
I'm so happy that's fucking done.
The list kind of goes on for the Packers defense. It has not looked good, and I think the Cowboys are licking the chops for that. So they should be able to pass all over them. The secondary in particular is where they were really struggling. So I think CeeDee Lamb's going to go off. I think Brandon Cooks is going to have a good game. I think Jake Ferguson's going to have a good game. I think Dak's going to have a crazy game. So I don't think the Packers are ready to contend with that kind of shootout. But
it's the Cowboys.
I think Packers are a team that should be happy they're here. And I think there's...
I agree, though.
If you look at them, you look at like the Texans... I think this is a successful season even if they lose, and they lose kind of big here. So I'm fine with it, but I still think they showed a lot this year, but this is not a place where their journey continues.
Fair enough. So Detroit Lions, LA Rams, shout out to Jared Goff. This is the Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford revenge game, whoever the hell takes it.
Yeah, I feel like it's not talked about enough.
I agree, man. Well, and that's because like the media hates Jared Goff, and I'm kind of tired of that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally week 1, like the headline was, is Jared Goff going to be like the starting quarterback the whole season? Like, is he going to be able to get through the season? It's like, dude, like, Jared Goff is good, man.
Yeah.
Like, he does have his games where he sucks, but you can't forget that he has led a team to the Super Bowl. No matter what the stats were, no matter how that played out, no matter if it was the Rams' defense, whatever the case may be, Jared Goff has played in the Super Bowl and has won 3 games to get to the Super Bowl. So, this is a game here where I think the Lions should win. But it's the Rams. They still, I was sitting here in the offseason. I'm glad to admit that I was wrong. and I said, why are the Rams hanging on? Why the hell are the Rams even bothering coming back into the season with their players? And I guess this is why. It works, and they're here as the 6th seed, as a good 6th seed too. How do you guys feel about it?
Yeah, I like the Rams this week. I think no Laporte is so big, and I think everyone's sleeping on that.
Yeah.
I think the Lions are cooking them though.
I think I'm worried about the Lions defense, man.
Me too. It's kind of poop.
It's
They're getting C.J.
really
Gardner-Johnson back, but I don't think that means much.
It means a good amount.
Yeah.
I think that helps a lot because the replacement has not been doing well. And I can't even tell you who it was, but since they lost him, it hasn't been going great. Like they lost him, I think, towards like week 1. So they showed sparks even after that. But something happened. They've done a lot of adjusting. Aaron Glenn, starting off season, didn't blitz at all. They blitzed less than any other team in the NFL through, I think, like 4 weeks. And over the last 8, they've blitzed over 40% of the time, which is high for the league.
Right.
Like, quite high. So they've changed it a lot. It's not working. So I don't really know what's going on there, but I think the Rams have a chance of putting up a lot of points at the same time. Rams defense, it's really outplayed expectations, but it's not this unbeatable unit either. So there's another one. I expect a lot of points. I'm taking over literally in all the NFC games, under in all the AFC games.
And I think if the Lions, if the play calling is right, I think they should win. But
I think if it's right.
I would not be shocked if this comes down to a questionable Dan Campbell decision.
Yeah.
Questionable going into it, but it could be them winning it, could be them losing it.
And that's what I'm saying. The Rams.
I hope it doesn't come down to that. Like I think, like in the first half, take care of business.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
As an NFL fan, I'm here for that. Like
I just think McVay coaches circles around him.
He's cooking, man. He's been cooking in the end of this year. You guys got anything else for Lions Rams?
I'll do it for that one.
That's it.
All right, and then the last one, the Buccaneers and the Eagles. We're gonna be back on track this week. You know, after some tough matchups, losing to the Cardinals, losing to the Giants. What a story it would be if the Eagles go all the way to the Super Bowl. Or what a story it would be if they just lost to the Buccaneers. But I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think this is a good get-back game for them. I think they're going to be locked in for the playoffs. They're going to have to be. But if the Eagles do lose here, I don't know what's about to happen in the offseason, bro. I think people are going to get fired. People are going to request trades. The streets of Philly will be on fire. And Baker Mayfield will be laughing his way all the way to the bank because if he beats the Eagles he's getting paid.
For sure.
So
for sure.
I don't know, man. I think the Eagles should win this in all actuality. But you know, the Buccaneers,
so how are they healthy? Like, what's their health looking like?
Dallas Goedert is still decently banged up. Same with Smith.
I just want to hear Hurts and Brown.
Hurts and Brown, they're good. They're cool.
You sure?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Jalen Hurts looked fine when he played before they took him out against the Giants.
Did you see that finger?
It's a finger, bro.
It's a throwing finger.
I know, but everyone's got a finger, a toe, a fucking.
It's the longest one on your throwing hand. It provides the most grip out of any other fingers.
Yeah,
except for the thumb.
And like I said, I think he'll be fine. If Sirianni's smart, he'll play call for that. Have Jalen Hurts throw a little bit shorter.
They can't win if they're throwing shorter.
I think they can.
I don't think
they can either.
They manage their way down the field.
I will say this: if he doesn't have a pass of 30 air yards completed, they do not win this game.
And I bet you they will.
As long as they're going to win without one.
Yeah, if that's the scenario.
Friendly five around that.
Yes.
But
the friendly five all the way from the beginning of the year that we lost track.
Yeah. But I don't think the Bucs can get beat deep. They can get beat by explosive plays. If you're not doing that, I don't think you're beating the Bucs because I think they can.
They give a lot up to the run, and I think Swift is going to go off.
I can see that too. I can see
they're going to drop a lot of plays for Swift and Gainwell, Boston Scott, whoever.
I think you're going to get a 90-yard game from Swift, but that's not going to be enough with your defense is leaking. And Mike Evans is going to take advantage of that. Chris Godwin's going to take advantage of that. Kate Otten might even take advantage of that. Like,
We'll see, man.
Rashad White's going to take advantage of that. It's not good on that side of the ball either.
Eagles are going to win by 3. Classic fashion all year. How do you feel?
I think Bucks money line, but the script says Eagles, so I'm with you.
We got, and that's why I'm saying, like, you got to follow the script,
Yeah, you
man.
gotta
You gotta
I'm locking
follow
out
the
script. I'm going Eagles.
We're going to do a playoff draft. Y'all still want to do that? Playoff draft?
I'm on board, but I don't know what it is.
Sure.
Oh, it's what you said.
Okay, yeah.
Players, so only players that are in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do.
So we're gonna randomize just the playoff teams.
No, we're not randomizing teams. We're just gonna pick from the players that are in.
Oh, okay. I was not entirely prepared for that, but that sounds good.
I'm prepared.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are our positions? One more
I
time?
say let's do quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, flex.
Quarterback. What do you say?
Yeah, imagine. Quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, tight end, flex.
So no 2 RBs?
Nope, no 2 RBs.
And defense or no defense?
You know, yeah. Yeah, let's take the
QB, RB, wide receiver, 1 tight end, and
flex and defense.
What
So
about-
that's 7.
What about kicker?
Yeah. No, I'm playing. All right, so you know what, Dom? We'll let you go first.
Yeah, I don't think I've gone first a lot.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. I'm gonna go defense and get the Browns defense.
Okay. All right. Oh, why'd I put that for mine? All right. So can't take Browns D. Pause. I'm gonna take the MVP. I'm gonna take Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 picks here.
My first pick, I'm gonna go CMC at running back.
Ooh, that's where I fucked up. Okay, cool.
And with my second pick, I'll take Dom's boy Josh Allen at quarterback.
Okay.
Risky move. Could pay.
All right, and I'm gonna take your guy Tyreek Hill. Imagine Lamar throwing to Tyreek Hill.
Okay. I'm
2
gonna
picks
go.
here.
I'm gonna go Mahomes.
Ooh, you always get Mahomes.
I'm gonna go Mahomes. And then
Travis
I'm
Kelce.
gonna go.
He's gonna go Travis Kelce.
CD Lamb.
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna go AJ Brown. AJ Brown. So I got Lamar throwing to Tyreek and AJ Brown.
I'm gonna take a little veteran presence. Go Mike Evans.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna fill my flex here with Kyron Williams.
Whoa.
Tough.
My flex is about to be Jalen Hurts. Saying that. Okay. I'm gonna go for. Damn. That was a good flex choice.
It was.
Because I don't even have a running back yet.
That's why I need to lock that out.
Pollard is not good anymore. And, okay, I mean. I can take Nick Chubb. Saying that. Damn, that's tough. I might have to wait for running back. I'm
Stash him on your IR.
going to see how that shakes out. So for the defense, I think I should go defense here. I'm going to go with the Cowboys defense. God bless America.
So I'm gonna go Cooper Kupp, David Njoku.
Okay. All right.
I'd like the Njoku pick a lot more if you have Flacco at quarterback. He's been a monster since that.
All right, so I got running back, tight end, and flex. So it'd probably be smart to go flex here. And for my flex, I'm going to take... Nah, because people would hate that. Give me a second. Damn, man. Well, I could... Alright, I'll take George Kittle. Tight end. Go for it. I was gonna go Sam Laporta, but
I can see it, man, but I'll go ahead and do it then. I'll take Travis Kelce at tight end,
that's fine.
and I'll take Amon-Ra St. Brown at wide receiver.
Fuck. I forgot about Amon-Ra. I'm super
I was
tired.
thinking about putting him on my
I'm
flex.
so tired. I should have done Amon-Ra instead of the Joker. I'm bugging.
And you guys both have defenses left. I can close it out and tell you who my defense is, or you can just go ahead and keep track.
No, let's keep drafting. Gotta be traditional. All right, running back and flex. Oh yeah, flex. I'm gonna go Stephon Diggs. Forgot he was there.
So my flex.
These your last 2 picks, right?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go Coop.
Cooper's my next wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Actually,
If I had a third wide receiver, it would have been Cooper.
yeah, I'm gonna go Coop. And then running back, I'm gonna go Devon A-Chain.
Okay.
Fuck you, man. All right, so running backs, we got Swift. Don't give a fuck about the Bucks. Don't give a fuck about the Rams. No, Lions got David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. So it's gonna be Gibbs or Mostert. You know, I'll go with Gibbs for the dual threat, I guess. Because I got good receivers. I just need him to get me a little bit of yards here on the ground.
Okay.
So I got, my bad.
You guys are wild for letting me get the Ravens defense.
Hey, man, I had to go with Cowboys for
Your
some
team's tough. Your team's tough.
Yeah.
I fucked up not getting Amon-Ra, but I'm still cool with Coop. My team's still Gucci. I'm
My
cool.
question mark is quarterback, as crazy as that is. I got Josh Allen.
Yeah,
And
you got
that's
sus
my
boy.
question mark.
Yeah, you got
So
Otherwise,
what's your
I'm
team?
feeling good. So I've got quarterback Josh Allen, running back Christian McCaffrey. Wide receivers are Mike Evans, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Tight end is Travis Kelce. Flex is Kyron Williams with defense, Baltimore Ravens. I feel I have the top 2 running backs in the league with top defense, top tight end.
Yeah. So I got Lamar Jackson throwing to Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, George Kittle, and Stephon Diggs with Jahmyr Gibbs running the ball and the defense of the Cowboys. I feel like that's tough. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have done Travis Kelce and it'd have been better. Or Amon. Well, no. I like Stephon Diggs. I like that pick.
I got Mahomes throwing a CD, Coop, both Coops. I got double Coops.
You were about to have a fucking malfunction read them both.
and then David Njoku, who's a dog, and I got A-Chain, and I got the best defense in the world. When we do our job, we win. Browns defense.
That's the dog pound right there, fellas.
Yes, sir.
All right, so with that being said, Bill, congrats on winning the 5 wins, 5 touchdowns. He beat me by a couple because he had an almost near immaculate final week of the playoffs, or final week of the season. Good job, Bill. Bill wins. There was no prize. So you just...
Whose line is it anyway over here?
Yeah, right? So our new competition is we're going to pick the winner of every playoff game, and we're also going to pick a touchdown from each game. So let's start off with the Bills and Steelers. Give me the winner and a touchdown.
I have the Bills, and I have James Cook.
Okay. I got the Bills and Stephon Diggs.
I had the Bills and Josh Allen rushing.
All right, cool. Chiefs and Dolphins.
I do have... Let me scroll back to Saturday. You threw me off switching the order around.
Yeah.
I got the Dolphins winning, and I got Isaiah Pacheco with a touchdown.
Wow. I have the Chiefs winning by a flag, and I got... Who the fuck is going to score in this game?
Not many people.
Wow. I got the Chiefs winning by a flag, and I got the Chiefs defense scoring. Fuck it, we'll take a risk there.
I have...
You're like as lost as me trying to find a touchdown score.
No, I was looking for my mans, but I guess he's not here. Fuck it. I'm gonna go Chiefs winning, Justin Watson scoring.
Yeah, man.
I was looking for Sky Moore, but I don't think I can't find him. Wow.
All right, so Texans and Browns. I'm gonna lead that off. I got the Browns winning, and I got Amari Cooper scoring. Yeah. I think that's a cool pick. I think he'll connect with him, big touchdown, take him out of it early.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the low hanging fruit here. I got Jerome Ford scoring.
Okay.
And the Browns.
Texans.
Browns.
What do you got, Bill?
I've got the Browns winning David Njoku.
I like
Okay.
that.
Cool. All right, Dom. Cowboys and Packers.
Yeah, I got the boys winning, and I got Jake Ferguson scoring.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I'm just joking. I'm going with the Cowboys and Tony Pollard.
I'm going with Cowboys and the free square, CD Lamb.
All right. So what do you got for the Lions and Rams?
Going with Lions, David Montgomery touchdown.
Okay. I got the Lions and I got Jahmyr Gibbs scoring a touchdown.
I got the Rams and I got Puka.
Woo! There we go. That's where we differentiate.
Yeah.
All right. So Eagles Bucks. I'll close this off. I think the Eagles are winning by 3, and I think AJ Brown scores.
I do have the Eagles as well, and I'm going Mike Evans scoring touchdown.
All right, Dom. Close us off here.
Bring us home.
This is important, bro. You need this. You got crushed in the regular season. All the marbles are on the line right now. Eagles, Boston Scott.
I got Bucks. Rashad White.
Yeah, all right. All right, man.
I can't do it. I can't get myself to.
With that being said, you guys have any final words before we get the hell out of here?
I do have one. I actually just put in that bet while we were talking. That's why I
The
was
whole
a little
thing?
distracted there. No, not the whole thing.
Oh, I was about to
I put
say,
in
Bill
a bet.
just put in $1 for like $2 million.
I put in a bet for something I had just mentioned. I'm taking the under for every AFC matchup, the over for every NFC matchup,
Okay.
and $20 would win me 1,000. So
There you go.
Can I have $1 if you win?
you got it.
All right, cool.
Can I have 2?
You can have 2.
Thanks.
All right, cool. Yeah. Fuck you. No. Damn, I should have asked for $2. No, with that being said, man, make sure you guys like, subscribe,
Yes, sir.
share,
Yes, sir.
tune in, get on the train, sell your soul. Shout out to Belgium and all the other countries that watch us. We got 6 countries now outside of the United States of America that watch us. So shout out to all you guys, everyone that watches, period. God bless America.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be with you every week until the playoffs conclusion. And then we'll give you one more episode after the playoffs are done. And then we will take a break from this football shit because it was a long year.
A lot going on this year.
A lot of up and downs for literally every single team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Just make sure you guys follow us the rest of the way through. You guys loved our last episode, the shorts that came from it, and you're going to love this episode too. So have a good day, night, whatever it is. Just, don't, I don't know.
Just like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Bye.
What he said.